目で追うな。感じろ。気配を。ボールの息吹を。
Because I'm still waiting for you to click that like button and to subscribe and the post notification button.
So I'm pretty new to baseball. In fact, if you want to guess what my favorite team is, I'll give you a chance. Yes, it's the LA Dodgers, the team that just most recently won a championship and won another championship and then won one in 2020, I think. Basically, I picked a team that wins a lot. Now, there's something special about the Dodgers. There's a player there who actually got me to watch an anime. In fact, the anime is airing right now, and it's an anime called Ace of Diamonds. But the question is, who exactly in the Dodgers could actually get someone like me to watch an anime about baseball? Well, it's pretty interesting because this player is someone that some of you guys might be really familiar with. He's regarded as possibly the greatest baseball player to ever play the game. He's also massively recognized. Now I'm sure at this point you know exactly who this person is. It's Mookie Betts. Jokes aside though, it's not Mookie Betts. It's Freddie Freeman.
Edmund, the winning run. Cortez delivers. Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone! Gibby meets Freddie. Game 1 of the World Series.
Okay, no, jokes actually aside though, but it's actually a more basic player. But his name is Shohei Ohtani. Now, the thing about Shohei Ohtani is that he happens to be a bit different. He's a player who happens to pitch and also hit, which is pretty special, even though his stats and numbers are, they're just aight. He's okay. I came across Shohei really relatively early in my baseball journey, and I remember watching a documentary about him because he is an anomaly within the league. And as I was watching this documentary, it took us back in terms of Shohei's life. It took us back to a time where he was in this tournament when he was a kid. It's this sort of tournament where they describe it as this big tournament where a bunch of schools or just teams come in and they play this game with a lot of youngsters. It's a big deal in Japan, but it's also an elimination type of thing. So it's like sudden death. It's crazy. It's like really, really good. But I recall in that documentary, especially early in my journey of watching baseball, Shohei did not win that tournament. In fact, the last image I have of Shohei in that tournament, I believe he was pitching and he was crying because his team had just lost. And I remember thinking at that time, I was like, okay, why is dude crying so much? It's not that big of a deal, especially considering who he eventually became. I was like, I get you, but it's just a high school thing. You'll be okay. But he seemed like his world was devastated by that loss. And for some reason, when I heard that Ace of Diamonds was returning this season, I thought to myself, you know what, let me just watch it because I'm more educated in terms of just baseball and I like it more. So as soon as I started watching season 2, something happened. That memory that I had of Shohei losing that tournament popped up again because something that I initially didn't understand, I actually started to understand way more. Because after watching a few episodes of this season, I've realized that this anime might be the best baseball anime in terms of just emulating the feeling of playing baseball, but not at a professional level, but at a very young level, probably at a level where the desire and the passion and the drive is probably more amplified. The thing about this anime when you first watch it is that you realize in the first episode, the MC for me, I only watched season 2, is that the MC is a dude who pitches. And I was like, that's interesting, okay. And in the first episode, his coach asks him to basically shut out the other team, which is a really big feat. It's really hard to do, no runs. He does it. In fact, he does it in such a crazy fashion that you just feel the dominance and the aura build as this dude is basically just taking the hopes of the other team and just ruining them, selling them on just lame balls and pitches. And it's gonna sound weird because I'm gonna use balls, but it's baseball. But basically, he was just dominating, manipulating, and just honestly destroying these dudes with his pitching. And in that moment, I immediately thought of Shohei. because the interesting thing about Shohei is that if you've ever seen him, he's good at hitting. Like, he'll talk about how he hits the ball and like what he does. But if you ask him questions about pitching, it's like he comes alive. He gets animated and he starts talking about it with a level of enjoyment that you know in his soul, he likes pitching more than actually hitting. That's just how he seems. And I thought in that moment when I was watching this character be so dominant in terms of pitching, I was like, Shohei, is this what you feel like when you're just having one of those games? And I was like, I get it. In that moment, this anime was able to transmit a feeling that someone else experiences to a neutral individual where I have no horse winning this race because I'm in season 2 and I don't know anyone. But I was able to immediately understand this is what dominance looks, feels, and sounds like in that entire episode. Because this anime is actually teaching you some of the essence and some of the things that you'll never really experience if you watch baseball compared to actually play it, which was something that I found really special. But also at the same time, it made me kind of view Shohei in a different fashion because it made me realize that he's kind of evil. Because the thing is about sports, but specifically baseball, it's about punishment. The thing is, if you're a pitcher, you're trying to trick the person who's at bat. You're trying to get them to swing at things that aren't there. You're trying to get them to hit bad pitches. You're trying to get them to basically do what you want. You're setting them up constantly. But also it's this thing where you almost dominate them in various fashions. You can fool them. You can scare them. You can basically just manipulate this person into fumbling because essentially they have 3 chances to make a hit. If not, they're out. And as such, it's like this weird game of cat and mouse. And when you see a pitcher who's on his game, it's really fun to see because you're seeing this person really express their will through the ball and the other person is almost helpless, especially if it's a really strong fastball and they just can't hit it. Shohei just so happens to also be really good at that. You witness this sort of energy and aura that almost seems otherworldly when they're able to make such a small ball affect a human being in such a powerful way. And this anime is able to really transmit that feeling that is almost kind of weird. But when that sound happens, things change. Because the cool thing about baseball is that it goes both ways. Just as how the person who's pitching has an opportunity to get you, the person at bat has an opportunity to get them. And this is what happens in another episode. In this episode, the pitcher is going insane. He has this new ball that is kind of just doing a lot of things to a lot of people. No one can hit it correctly. He's just getting people out. And as such, it seems like his team is about to win very easily. As such, you're seeing a very dominant pitcher go at work. But something happens. The person at bat happens to finally make contact. And you hear this sound. Now, this sound, for a lot of people who like baseball, is a special sound. Honestly speaking, depending on the sound, it is maybe the most scariest thing, is second only to hearing a gavel in a court case, because that sound is the sound of judgment. Because this character figured out this pitch and he hits it. And in that moment, you see something special about baseball, because for the person who just hit this ball, it's like the world slows down. Essentially, when you are trying to hit the ball, you are trying to slow down what's happening so you can hit it well. When that happens, it's like the entire game of baseball stops, because all of a sudden, as the ball just flies through the air, and everyone is underneath maybe trying to scramble to possibly catch it, there's certain heights and sounds that make you know that this ball might leave. And if it leaves, they score. And in this episode, the dude connects and the ball is flying. And because it's a metal bat, it has that ding and it's flying. And everyone just freezes and looks at this ball. But then it's foul. And what foul means is that it doesn't count. But in that moment, this anime was able to show you the offensive side of baseball in terms of what it feels like and what happens when someone almost punishes someone with a home run. In that moment, everyone was helpless. The pitcher just looked at the ball fly in the air with a terrifying look. The same person who was extremely dominant was now the fearful person as this ball was flying in the air. Everyone else who was wondering if they're going to be knocked out, to be honest with you, this batter made everyone in the stadium at the mercy of what he just did. And as such, it just shows you this really dark, maniacal side to baseball where you could really punish people in both perspectives. Imagine being someone like Shohei. He's in both of these worlds. And this is a man who is in rarefied air, experiencing something that very few will ever experience at a high level. But this game took it to another notch because, like I said before, there's a level of drive and ferocity and energy that these games have because they're at a younger level. Essentially, all of them keep on worrying about the summer being over. Now, initially, I didn't understand this because I was like, what are you guys talking about? But for them, it means that if you lose, it's over. That episode where the pitcher was dominant but then also almost got punished just showed you the crazy vibe of both of these sides not wanting to go home and the fear they have, but at the same time they have to almost exude this strength because they want to stay. And ultimately in the episode, obviously someone loses. I don't want to spoil, but it hurt. And in that moment, I saw this kid crying and he reminded me exactly of what Shohei did when he realized that it's over. This anime was able to transmit this feeling of these children, and mind you, I've only watched season 2. I don't even have context of some of these characters, but it allowed me to feel how much they've put into this game and how much they really want to win and help their team, but they know that only one team can advance. And on that day, the best person will succeed. In fact, the really powerful thing about this anime is that maybe it shows you a side the professional game doesn't have, in a sense that these are children. The emotions and what they really express in the game is more honest than what a professional will try to do, because there's people who lose and they'll act like they're okay, but then when they're alone, then they do something. Here, everything is there for you to see. And it kind of made me realize that this is something really special and something really impactful. The thing about this anime that it's taught me within this season so far is that for these children, it's about the now. It's not about who they'll become in the future or what's going to happen to them or how successful they'll be. It's about living within this moment. And in this moment, they want to succeed and win this tournament. But standing in front of them is another team that wants the same thing. This is the bare essentials of what sports is. But the fact that this anime was really able to transmit this feeling through baseball is something really special, because for a lot of people, some people consider baseball a bit boring because it takes forever. But the fact that this anime was able to jam-pack so many emotions and feelings that people who enjoy sports or compete in sports can feel is something that is extremely special. And that is something to be noted. And now all of a sudden, I realized at this point that a moment where I watched a person who would go on to be one of the most successful or one of the best players in baseball as a child crying kind of reflected in a weird way and helped me understand a current anime I'm watching. And ultimately, that's the entire point of this video, is the journey of what I'm experiencing. I watched this video years ago, but the fact that it's going to be one of the factors as to why I care and might end up being a fan for this anime now is kind of crazy. And I like that. But either way, Ace of Diamonds Season 2, it looks like it's gonna be fun, especially if you enjoy baseball. That's all I really wanted to say.
¡Oh! ¡Hay un Dominican Papi! ¡Que comience la fiesta!